and the Masters of the Universe. I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull!" Cringer became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. Our friends, the Sorceress, Man-at-Arms, and Orko. Together we defend Castle Grayskull from the evil forces of Skeletor.
Hello, this is OptimusSolo, and welcome to the 24th episode in Tales of Eternia. With me, as always, for this journey into the Masters of the Universe franchise is TFG1Mike. Hello.
Hello.
And
did you see, really quickly beforehand, did you see, I can't find it on my Facebook wall. There was a picture of, what's her name? Not Estelle Gay. Yeah, it might have been Estelle Gay. I don't know. The lady that used to play Sophie on the Golden Girls. There was a picture of that floating around. And under the description of it, it's like, we can have 4 Transformers live-action movies, yet it takes, between 87 and now, nearly 20, 30 years, and yet no new Masters of the Universe movie. It was one of those old people kind of, right. I'm not saying exactly what was written. It was one of those things like, oh, come on, people. Kind of
it's been rumored forever, but...
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Turtles now making another one, so maybe it's only a matter of time. Seems like Masters of the Universe would be one of the easier ones to make.
You would think, because if you look... Okay, I know you're probably going to say blasphemy when I say this. Transformers is giant robots. Masters of the Universe is a combination of magic and technology. All you got to do is inject... technology into the Lord of the Rings franchise. Seriously, I mean, it's...
Well, I mean, they've done, like, Conan, they've done Hercules, they've done all these other ones, so it's not that far off. You just have to make sure you get some of the characters right, like Skeletor, and you're good to go.
It's not that far-fetched. I mean, hell, if they can make an upcoming Gem movie, I'm sure they could make a Masters movie.
Yeah. So, hopefully soon, with characters that actually existed in the Masters of the Universe franchise instead of all new ones.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I know a lot of people give crap to a certain actor for his portrayal of He-Man. The funny thing is, now that he's been in the Expendables franchise, I can so see Dolph Lundgren pulling off a good He-Man these days.
That would be funny. Alright, well, in this episode of Tales of Eternia, we'll be giving you our thoughts on episode 69, The Gamesman, Episode 70, The Rarest Gift of All, and Episode 71, To Save Skeletor. So we hope you're ready, because it's time to go back to Eternia.
Hurry, the king is in a dangerous position.
Dangerous?
Yes, very dangerous. It's certain defeat if we don't help.
I'm afraid that this time there may be nothing any of us can do.
Let's find a safe place to hide.
Well, the king has finally run into someone who can beat him.
Oh, no, he's not hurt, is he?
No, Orko. The king is losing at his favorite game, chess.
Chess? What a relief.
I knew it all along. Lord Todd seems to have you cornered.
Well, King Randor, if you would care to concede.
Never give up is the royal motto.
Oh, we play this game on Tralla all the time.
Any suggestions?
Oh, it's simple. Just watch. A little magic and...
Orko, you've moved all the pieces.
Oh, Orko.
Alright, we start today with episode 69, The Gamesman, which aired Friday, September 14th, 1984. Written by Antony Zalewski, And the plot goes something like this. The visiting Lord Todd charms the royal family and takes Teela back with him to his desert home at Castle Star. The sorcerer summons Man-at-Arms to Grayskull, while Adam investigates a tremor by the castle ruins beyond the palace. He-Man discovers the underground creature MOTU, and Lord Todd reveals that he wants Teela to be the queen in his intergalactic life-size chess set, a collection of prized creatures from all over the universe. Todd reveals himself to be an alien monster with plans to take Teela back to his evil dimension. Man-at-Arms arrives only to be captured by Todd's robots. Teela surrenders to Todd for the sake of her father, and then He-Man enters the castle and frees Man-at-Arms. Todd's Eternia maze slows him down, and MOTU accidentally surfaces inside the castle and helps He-Man and Man-at-Arms reach Todd's control room. Todd opens a Stargate to his dimension and takes Teela with him, but He-Man holds the Stargate open long enough for Man-at-Arms and Teela to return to safety. The Stargate, Lord Todd, and Castle Star all vanish in the end. So no evil warriors. For the Masters, we got Prince Adam, Battle Cat / Cringer, Man-at-Arms, the Queen, the King, Orko, the Sorceress, and Teela. And the PSA is about He-Man and Teela talking about how we met Lord Todd and MOTU, who were both not what they appeared to be, and how it's what's inside that really counts.
Where is Richard Dean Anderson when you really need him?
For which part?
The Stargate.
Oh, gotcha. Lord Todd was originally used as the Keeper in The Heart of a Giant, which was an episode at the end of Season 1, about 4 episodes ago.
Yeah.
And we'll see a MOTU's design reused as well. What did you think about the plot of this one?
I don't know. It reeks of the Wizard of Stone Mountain, except Lord Todd took it like an extra step, like where Malik, the Wizard of Stone Mountain, he had a crush on Teela. He thought they were meant to be and whatever else, but at least he didn't go one step further and try to kidnap her.
Yeah.
And this guy basically does that, and it's like, are they reusing plots? Do any of these writers that aren't regulars? Because this guy, I know it cannot be a regular writer on this series.
Right.
And Tony, whatever the hell his name is. Do they look at any of their other scripts and see that, oh, hey, this is kind of already a little bit been done before?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They're probably all just independently doing their stuff, and they don't even look to see, hey, has anyone else had this idea already? Because we've also had the whole idea of collecting like little prizes or people. I think someone who had tried to collect He-Man once. I can't remember what the name of the episode was, but to add to their collection. So this has kind of been done before. I do like the fact that we have, like they said, both alternate people, one good, one bad, that are not what they appear. So there's kind of like that comparison within the episode. But yeah, the plot's been done before. Yeah,
it's been overdone. It's kind of like the old Foghorn Leghorn joke: original recipe or extra crispy.
All right. Well, we'll see what we have good to say about this episode as we make a trip to Castle Grayskull.
Over there, He-Man! Over there! That's what happened to the castle.
I have to stop that monster or whatever it is before it gets to the palace. I have an idea. Come on.
But the monster's in the other direction.
That should slow it down.
What a silly place to leave a big thing like this.
I can hear the animal's thoughts.
But his mouth isn't moving.
It's called telepathy.
I could hear you. You could hear me. Who are you?
Oh, I'll tell you who. This is He-Man.
He-Man? Oh, your name is famous all over Eternia. I am known as Moak.
And you stole Cringer's dinner.
Oh, He-Man, I meant no harm. Oh, please don't hurt me, He-Man.
I'm not He-Man. He's He-Man.
I'm so sorry, sir, or whoever you are. Oh, don't hit me.
Don't worry, no one's going to hurt you, Moak.
He-Man, Moak is as short-sighted as a bat.
I don't think that's quite the right phrase, but I know what you mean.
All right, we're at Castle Grayskull to see what good things we have to say about episode 69. I just had a couple. I find it funny that even the king doesn't want Tila around. So he's like all of us, I guess. I thought there was some cool take on the theme music during the Tremors scenes. They kind of did a variation of the theme that I liked. I liked that they mentioned they make mention of the 7 universes, which I guess gives us a larger idea of the quote unquote, for lack of a better word, universe that we're looking at, and how big it is or what it consists of. They probably never mention this again in the series, but I guess that's kind of interesting. And an appearance by the Horde guards. Because I guess every time we have alien robot guards, they're going to be the Horde guards.
Yep. Yeah, that was one of mine. I was like, "Hey, look, Horde robots."
They they're just like must be out for like rental use. Like you just rent some Horde guards to supply your army.
I guess. I mean,
they don't have a leader.
I'm trying to think
just
if
off
this.
wandering.
Yeah, if this aired in September of '84, you think they would have been in production on She-Ra by this point?
I don't know when production would have started on that, or
right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, because we don't really get a reveal of the whole Horde thing and the Horde robots until Secret of the Sword, and then we find out that Hordak used to be of Eternia and whatever else. And I've mentioned it several times in the past 24 episodes of the podcast where I've seen various incarnations of the Horde symbol or the Horde logo. Or
we've seen them before too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or we've seen them before too. So I'm kind of wondering if it was all kind of planned to lead up to that. Because I know Larry DiTillio did tell us that by the time He-Man was getting close to ending, they wanted to start something for girls.
Right.
So
it could have been designs that just were used throughout the series too. That then when they went to go do this new thing, they said, "Hey, look back at these, and we like these. Mm-hmm. Let's reuse them or something too, possibly."
Possibly. The other highlight I had was Battlecat still wants his dinner.
Yeah.
I thought that was great because it shows you that Cringer and Battlecat are not two different personalities. They are the same personality, just different traits are more prevalent whenever each one is around.
True.
Which is really funny. But other than that, nothing else for this one.
Uh-oh. Some foreshadowing here. All right, well, let's go to Snake Mountain and see what's up there.
It's unbelievable. It's like someone transported the royal palace out into the desert.
I made this paradise using the knowledge and power of the Stargate.
The Stargate? I don't understand.
Ah, but you will, my dear. You will. This is my labyrinth. The doors can all be opened or shut to create a maze.
A person could get lost in here and never find the way out.
Exactly. The center of the maze.
What's that?
The source of my power. A Stargate to another dimension. The heart of Castle Star.
Another dimension? Only the sorceress has anything like that. Who are you?
I am a collector of unique games, and this is my most prized possession.
Yes, it's just a black square.
Ah, watch, my dear.
It's unfolding.
And now...
a life-size chess set, and those fabulous pieces.
Yes, carved by the finest craftsmen. It is perfect, but for the final selection of one of the pieces. I have searched 1,000 systems for a suitable queen. At last, I have found her.
Where?
Right here. You will be perfect.
Forget it. I'm leaving.
Ah, you don't appreciate the honor I'm bestowing upon you. You will be the living model for the most unusual game in the 7 universes.
Thanks, but no thanks.
It's made of Eternium, the hardest substance in this universe.
You're evil and twisted.
I am an artist. You have an opportunity to be a part of my beautiful creation. There is no way out. One way or another, you shall be mine.
Snake Mountain, here we come for episode 69, which you've made no jokes about yet. Anyway, find it kind of lame that there was no journey for Man-at-Arms or He-Man to where they were going to get to, what was it called, Castle Star?
Mm-hmm.
Where they basically just appear there. They just teleported there, apparently. I guess they didn't have time to show them actually getting there. I thought it was kind of lame that the monster had glasses on at the end. That just looks stupid. And I didn't know, learned something new about He-Man. I didn't know that he can hold open portals. Apparently, if you're strong, you can hold open interdimensional portals.
I've seen this happen before in other cartoons, so it didn't really faze me, honestly.
I just feel like He-Man should not be able to do that.
Yeah, but he is the most powerful man in the universe.
He has no magic.
He has super strength. He's basically like Superman, pretty much, for the Masters of the Universe. And granted, he can't fly, he doesn't have heat vision, fine, but he has super strength.
I feel like something strength should not even matter, though. And I feel like interdimensional portals is one of them. Like that, it's like a black hole. I don't care how strong you are, it's a black hole. What about you?
Since when do cats eat steak?
Cats?
Yeah.
They always eat steak.
I've seen cats eat...
Not like little cats, but like tigers and lions and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like the steak.
Okay, well, that's something new to me.
You put a cow in a cage with a lion, see what happens.
I'm just saying that like every time
remember
that
Flintstones when they used to like throw the big steak near the saber-toothed tiger guy?
Okay, well,
yeah.
I'm so used to I guess I have it so ingrained in me of Cringer and Secret of the Sword. Ooh, fish. I just have that kind of ingrained in my head. It's not. It was just really a question. I'm not going to take a point off because of that. It's because of everything else in this episode that I would take points off.
Uh-oh.
An earth tremor here? Hello, Orko. They've said this. They've said earthquake, the term earthquake on Eternia before. I've complained about it every time. You act like you don't know what they are. And as I said before, my final note was, Christ, this Lord is just like the Wizard of Stone Mountain, but he's even worse because he essentially kidnaps her to become a living chess piece. Well, I think it would be cool to have a chess set of the Eternia characters. That I didn't care for this is season 2, damn it. We're how many episodes into this season so far? We're what, four episodes so far? I want more Evil Warriors. I don't want these damn one-off characters anymore.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Well, I'm afraid to do it, but for the first time today, we'll have to get some awards and rankings out and see how today's episode starts out.
They actually improve.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, thank you, He-Man. That's the nicest thing anyone has done for me.
I'm still mad. Moak ate my dinner, and he still looks ugly and evil.
Moak can't help the way he looks, but he has a good heart. There are some who might think you're pretty frightening yourself.
Who, me?
All right, our first chance to hand out hardware, if we deem it fit, for episode 69, Power Swords or Havoc Staffs. I, however, am not going to hand any out on this episode because I just didn't feel like anybody stood out either way, good or bad. I have a feeling I know where you're going with this one, though, so how about you?
Writers.
Havoc Staff.
Big old Havoc Staff to the writers because of Orko's Earth Tremor. And this is what I'm saying. Okay, I get it. Back then, everybody was, I'm sure, and I'm just going to use him as an example. I don't know if it was him that actually handed the scripts out. I'm just going to say, all the writers came into a room. Lou Scheimer was in the room, and he just, okay, you 3 guys, you take these 10 scripts. You 3 guys, you take these 10 scripts. You all go back to your own little corners and just write your little hearts out. And nobody knows all the wiser. It was a poorly written episode. I thought it was a poorly executed episode. It's just not one of my favorites at all.
I thought you might give one to Lord Todd.
Well, okay, yeah, that it's kind of obvious. I mean, he's going to sit there and kidnap Tila to become, a permanent chess piece. Yes, he does get a Havoc staff, but I thought that was kind of obvious.
Well, I do like him for one respect. I wish he was successful in capturing Tila. And she's now part of a chess set, and we would no longer have to deal with her.
Okay, and I agree with you to that point. I just don't agree with the whole thing of showing children how to kidnap somebody. That's what I don't agree with.
I think it sets them up for success later in life.
Right.
For episode rating, I didn't hate it probably as much as you did. There wasn't anything in the episode really that made me dislike it outside of He-Man holding the portal open. But it wasn't like a standout episode to me either, so I'm right in the middle on this one, and I'm giving it 3 Battle Cats out of 5.
2 Orcos out of 5.
2 Orcos. All right, so we start with a 3 and a 2, and we'll see if we can improve from here as we get to the next episode.
At times, we all cause problems for those we love. But if they love us, then they'll forgive us.
But I cause nothing but problems. They're better off without me.
You are loved more than you know, Orko. And you're much less trouble than you think.
I wish I could believe that.
Seeing is believing. Let's look into the future. This is what life would be like in the palace 1 year from now, if you stayed away.
It's only a year since Orko left. Seems so much longer. I sure do miss him.
I do, too. The problems of ruling a kingdom seemed less with Orko here to make me laugh.
You mean they really miss me?
Yes, Orko. See for yourself.
I wonder where Orko is now. I hope he's with people who care about him. I'm sure he is. Someone as helpful and generous as Orko will make friends wherever he goes. I really miss him. We had such fun together.
I didn't know they felt that way about me.
I don't care how long it takes or how dangerous it is. I won't rest until I find out why Orko left so suddenly.
Gosh, I really care.
All right, time for episode 70, The Rarest Gift of All. Writer is J. Brent Stevens, who we've had a few times before in Season 1. Air date. Some websites list this as an air date of Saturday, September 15th, but I'm going to take that as a typo. I believe this was an air date of Monday, September 17th, 1984, because there's no episodes listed to air that day. So Monday...
And yet on the script here it says Wednesday, September 12th.
Oh, that's from a different script. So Monday, September 17th, 1984 is what we're going to assume that this one aired on, unless for some reason they aired an episode on a Saturday and then not the next Monday. But the plot goes something like this. Orko tries to help his friends with their anniversary gifts for King Randor and Queen Marlena, but when they scold him for botching all of them, Orko decides to run away. Cringer follows Orko into the Evergreen Forest, where they encounter the energy-draining beast, the Tailgoth. After asking Stratos, Fisto, and the King and Queen if they have seen Orko, He-Man, Tila, and Man-at-Arms find a goodbye note spell in Orko's room and decide to follow him into the forest. Orko consults with the sorceress, who shows him the royal palace a year from now and how Orko's disappearance adversely affects all of his friends. Relieved that they do care, Orko goes back into the forest and sacrifices himself to the Tailgoth so it will stop draining the powers of He-Man, Man-at-Arms, and Tila. Orko's magic power proves useless to the Tailgoth, allowing He-Man to throw the beast into a chasm in the ground and return to the palace. So we have, obviously, Adam, He-Man, Cringer, Battlecat, brief appearances by Fisto, Lizard Man, and Stratos. We also see Man-at-Arms, the King, Queen, Orko, Sorceress, and Tila. And the PSA is actually at the party, where Orko explains how he learned not to run away from his problems. This is the first of 2 episodes where Orko runs away. The other is in an episode entitled The Secret of Grayskull. What did you think of the plot of this one?
I liked it. It was interesting. I like seeing Fisto. I wish there was more development for Orko. Like, I get it. Orko's supposed to be the comedy relief of the series, but I wish that his comedy would advance as the series has progressed. His constant bumbling that we saw in a majority of season 1, you would think by now that, he would ask He-Man, hey, what's the best way to help everybody? And, I mean, sure, they were kind of mean to him, like just brushing him off and all that stuff, but I don't know, I just wish there was a little bit more depth to Orko.
I can see that. It's definitely a much-used plot of many cartoons where you have one of the characters who everybody's giving a hard time, or he feels like he can't do anything right, and then they just run off, or they make bad decisions, or this, that, and the other, and then it turns into a whole moral episode about, not letting what others say get to you, or not picking on people, or, realizing your true value, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's definitely a much-used plot type. Like I said, we'll see it again, it seems like, in season 2 at some point. But I think it was pretty well executed. I like the idea of the Talgoth, who basically is stealing whoever's power it is, they steal. So it leads up to some good things, which I'll get to at Castle Grayskull. But kind of like that aspect that he can kind of like X-Men style take different people's powers and use them as his own.
Right, yeah. I mean, I like that, and that's interesting. It's better than some guy trying to kidnap people.
Let it go. That episode's over. All right. Well, let's say some good stuff about the rarest gift of all as we go visit the sorceress.
The cabinet's too heavy. I can't lift it.
Oh, no, look!
This calls for a hero, and I know where to find one.
Cringer, what's going on?
There's a fire in the lab.
Oh, we'd better put it out. Come on.
No, I'll go look for the Royal Fire Department.
There is no Royal Fire Department. By the power of Grayskull.
All right, sir, I will give you the pleasure first here this visit at Castle Grayskull, to let us know what things did you like about the rarest gift of all.
I like the Energy Beast. He's an interesting villain. At the same time, I'm going to say the same thing I said earlier. Haven't we seen this before? Like, everything about this episode, I felt like I've seen it before. The only note that I actually wrote down for Castle Grayskull moments was, I like the episode because it does teach Orko a good lesson, but how many lessons do we have to teach him before he actually learns something? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand, like I said earlier, Orko is the comedy relief. He is the kid kind of character that, little kids of, like when we were kids, we're supposed to attach to him and be able to learn lessons from him. But honestly, I'd rather try to learn math from Copper Kid than Orko at this point.
Yeah, Copper Kid.
It's just one of those things where this entire episode, even though I didn't outright hate it, I just felt like I've seen it before.
Yeah. I'll get to that in a little bit later. I do like a couple things from Cringer in this episode. He had a line there that he's going to go look for the Royal Fire Department.
Yeah.
We don't have a Royal Fire Department. I do like the cameos of the Lizard Man, Stratos, and Fisto. I think it's cool that they showed those guys. I also thought it was cool that they kind of defined the different attributes of the Masters, since the Energy Beast could steal their powers. So, He-Man was losing his strength, Teela was losing her skills, Man-at-Arms was losing his intelligence, and then, of course, we had the whole thing with the Talgoth stealing Orko's power, which is the opposite of being able to do magic correctly. So That's what kind of cost him, is he used a power that wasn't really a good power. But I like that they kind of defined each person's attributes. That's kind of cool. They had a line towards Orko when he was messing stuff up. You've done far worse things. I just thought that was funny. Like, that's not going to make him feel better. You fucked up way more than this before. And I thought the PSA was woven in well. It fit well with the episode, so it kind of just felt like a part of the episode instead of something separate. So yeah, I mean, I think they executed the episode fairly well.
Yeah, I mean, Orko did have a lot of problems in this episode, and having the PSA tie-in is great. I will probably say, since since you have lost your interest for certain illusionists podcasts, when Tim and I talked about some mask stuff on the upcoming episodes of Mass Mayhem, episode 15 and 16. Oh my god, these PSAs in He-Man are so much better than the ones in Mask.
I can believe that.
Even the PSAs in He-Man that have nothing to do with the episode are 10 times better than any of the PSAs in Mask already. Just, nah. But yeah, I mean, the PSA was a really good thing this time around.
All right, well, let's see what bad things we can find out about episode 70.
I don't have a present for the king and queen, and now I've ruined Man-at-Arms' present, and Tila's too. Oh, I'm nothing but trouble.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is. Maybe I should just go away. I can't cause trouble if I'm not here.
Well, you can't just run away.
Yes, I can. I don't know what else to do. I'll leave in most spells, so no one will worry. Not that anyone would. Goodbye, everyone.
Much as I hate to say it, I'd better go with you.
That's it. All clean.
Life is certainly never dull with Orko around.
Where is Orko? Oh, I hope we weren't too hard on him.
I haven't seen him since he helped me.
Maybe we'd better take a look around. Orko was pretty upset.
All right, I'll start off our Snake Mountain moment here. Not really a lot. Like I said, I think the episode was executed well. The only problem being is it's a plot that I've seen too many times, and it's an episode that I feel like I've seen too many times. So a lot of things that are just being redone so far in episode 69, like you pointed out, and in this episode, they're story types that we've seen before. The only difference here with this one is it was executed fairly well. But like you said, I'm getting a little tired of the same old stuff. Let's introduce some new blood into this series, please.
Yes. You could do... When was the last time we remember seeing a Bird People story? You could bring Stratos in and do a Bird People... I know they're going to do something like that a little bit later, because I think Stratos and Buzz-Off get into some tiff or something or other. I don't remember what it was, but for me with Snake Mountain moments... So this monster that feeds off their powers, he weakens Man-at-Arms, Tila, and He-Man. Yet there is a stock running scene where they all seem to be fine. Way to pay attention to the story, animators. And honestly, this is more message heavy than having an actual true villain plot. It's okay. For me, it's better than the last episode, but it's not by much.
Yeah, I am in complete agreement with that. So, anything else at Snake Mountain?
No.
Well, let's see just how much better it is than episode 69.
By the time the Talgoth climbs back out of there, we'll be long gone.
You were great, He-Man.
And you were pretty silly. You had us all worried. King Randor and Queen Marlena are still worried.
I just felt that I was always making trouble. I thought you'd be happier if I left.
Why in Eternia would you think that?
I ruined your anniversary presents.
Yes, but you've done worse things. That's no reason to run away.
Orko, in all families and friendships, we sometimes make mistakes. And then it's easy to feel worthless, especially if those mistakes hurt someone else. It's how we deal with our mistakes that's important. Running away is no way to deal with anything, especially when you're running away from people who love you.
Yeah.
Now, let's go. We've got a party to attend.
All right, it's awards and rankings time for episode 70. I didn't have one for episode 69. I do have one in this one. I particularly enjoyed moments with Cringer in episode 70, so I'll give him a power sword. What about you?
I enjoyed the moments with Cringer. I thought they were great, but it's not enough to have me give him a power sword. Whoever came up with the title for this episode, I give them a Havoc Staff, because when I see a title that says The Rarest Gift of All, unless you're talking about friendship, unless you're talking about love, unless you're talking about something really, really special, the episode title made no sense to what the hell happened in the episode.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I guess you could say, I mean, if I really want to argue that against my point just now, I guess you could say the rarest gift of all is human life, and the energy beast was sucking the life out of He-Man, Man-at-Arms, and Teela. Let's hope he didn't choke on the bone. But yeah, no awards for me.
Okay, what about rankings? You gave last one a 2. What are you giving this one?
I give it a 3. It's very middle ground.
Okay, and I agree that it's a step up. Gave last one a 3, and this one I'll give a 3.5. So slight improvement over episode 69. We'll see if we can continue improving for episode 71.
Randor, you must help us.
Hold it, Adam. This could be one of Skeletor's tricks.
Summon the court physician.
Whiplash has been hurt badly.
It started as another plot of Skeletor's, but it turned into a disaster for all of us. It took place just a few hours ago in Snake Mountain.
With this magic spell, we shall open a gateway to an evil, little-known dimension and bring forth a powerful entity, mighty enough to overcome He-Man and all of Eternia at my command.
Last episode up for today, which will be episode 71, To Save Skeletor, written by Paul Dini and Beth Bornstein. Air date of Tuesday, September 18th, 1984. And the plot goes something like this. A badly wounded Whiplash arrives at the Royal Palace and tells of how Skeletor has summoned up Shigora, a powerful alien being from another dimension, only for Shigora to easily overpower Skeletor and his cronies and take over Snake Mountain. He-Man and the heroic warriors must reluctantly join forces with Skeletor and his evil warriors to stop Shigora from taking over Castle Grayskull and the whole planet. So we have a team-up episode here. Bad guys that are featured are Skeletor, Evelyn, Trapjaw, and Whiplash. And then the Masters would be your normal ones, including Fisto. And the PSA is Fisto explaining the importance of admitting when you need help and offering help to those who need it. Your hand might not be as big as Fisto's, but it will still be appreciated. And then Fisto offers to lend you a hand if you let him know. Ha 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 ha.
Wow.
It's the only episode that in season 2 that has Paul Dini's name attached to it.
That's sad.
The celebration at the beginning of the episode is in honor of Queen Marlena and the fact that the day marks her 25th year on Eternia. In the script, Shigora was never supposed to talk. It was all supposed to be telepathy. And the water that Fisto lets inside Snake Mountain should have been red in the script, but it ends up being blue when we get the animation because it's supposed to be Blood Falls. So some interesting facts for you. What about this whole Skeletor bringing in an evil being and then the evil being basically doing 360 on him, 180, 360, 180 on him and turning the tables, and then we have the team up mantra of evil warriors and masters having to team up to save the world.
Well, first of all, isn't this just like the episode where Skeletor's old friend, whatever? There was an episode, I think, somewhere in season 1 where we saw some alien-looking guy and Skeletor come up to each other like they were best buds from the 1950s or something or other. I don't remember the actual title of the episode, and I'm not going to sit here and look it up. So that kind of reminded me of that a little bit, because they kind of eventually ended up double-crossing each other in the end. Honestly, though, I thought the plot was awesome. Sure, we've seen the team up at least once before, but that's usually just He-Man, Skeletor, Orko, and the Sorceress. But seeing the Masters and the Evil Warriors team up, because it so rarely happens, it's just very, very awesome.
Yeah, I like the whole plot idea. I mean, obviously this has been done before in cartoons where both sides have to unite and form an alliance to face a common foe, and then it's always how long will the alliance last or who will turn on who first. So it's not like a completely original plot, but I like it, especially because it brings in the Evil Warriors, which we haven't seen in a few episodes.
Yeah, you said, a fight to face a common foe. All I can think of is, destroy him, Galvatron, now, or you yourself shall be obliterated.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's see what good things we have to say about our last episode today, To Save Skeletor.
I don't know. It could be another trap.
Yes, but if Whiplash is right, our whole planet's in danger.
The reptile man speaks the truth, my friends. Shigora is a monster of enormous strength, and he knows the power of Eternia lies within Castle Grayskull. Only the combined magic forces of good and evil can send Shigora back to his world again. It is up to you, Adam, as He-Man, to unite these forces.
All right, we are at Castle Grayskull for the last time today, talking good things about To Save Skeletor. Number one, there's Evil Warriors involved, and number two, I like team-up episodes because I think it's cool to see them back and side by side doing stuff. There's a couple cool moments in this episode specifically with Evelyn and Tila, which I liked. So I always like it when they kind of flip it a little bit and make them have to work together. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. That was really, really good. I guess the episode title makes sense since He-Man had to basically save Skeletor from almost himself, really. Because it was Skeletor's fault that Shigora even, was around.
Right.
But I do love seeing Fisto in the palace and then going on the mission with them. I thought that was great. Because sometimes when you see the other masters, sometimes when you see Ram... there have been several episodes where we've seen Ram Man. And Rami has just, appeared in the beginning and then, not appeared again until the very end of the episode, like he wasn't on the mission. So I do like seeing, Fisto both in the palace and then later in the rest of the episode. So, other than that, I did enjoy this episode. This is one of those episodes where I found myself enjoying it more than actually sitting here and taking notes. I thought some of the lines were really cool between the Masters and the Evil Warriors and stuff like that. So,
all right. So overall, some good things about this episode. There are a couple minor nitpicks that I have, though, so let's get to those.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it. Your magic has no effect on him.
Skeletor, your trifling powers are nothing to me.
No! The Fiend's power is too great. We must send it back.
Nothing can send me back now. I've waited too long for this. Eternia is mine.
If I can't control you, then our combined powers will have to destroy you! Warriors, attack him!
Alright, we are at Snake Mountain, talking about some lowlights from To Save Skeletor. I only have a couple here. Number one, Skeletor summoning this creature that's going to be powerful enough to, basically defeat the Evil Warriors on his own and take over the planet and this, that, and the other. That's going to cause the Evil Warriors to have to team up with the Masters, and I'm definitely expecting something that looks a lot more intimidating than the Shigora looked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I need something better than the Blob.
Yeah, they're okay. some of the dragon monsters that we've not just like dragons dealing with I was going to say Granomir, not those dragons, but just everyday kind of dragon-like creatures. Those have been more scarier than this thing.
Yeah, I definitely thought it needed to be a little scarier than what we got here. And then there's probably they put a plot hole in here, or a plot thing that's going to ruin future episodes. Not really, but they shouldn't have talked about it because they're never going to address it again, and it's going to be like, wait a second, they should know about this. But they made the Masters aware of a secret Snake Mountain entrance, which is troublesome because if you showed them a secret entrance, then why aren't they going to use it every time that they need to in the future?
Right.
So that's kind of a weird team-up moment that they had to show. Whiplash, I believe, showed them that. But outside of those two things, just Shigora looking lame and the secret Snake Mountain entrance, which I don't have a problem with it, but I have a problem with them being able to keep up with the continuity on that, because I don't think they will. But other than that, a fairly decent episode. What kind of things did you find on it?
Well, the first real issue of this episode is firing a white laser and then punching the glass cells. That might have killed them all.
Yeah.
The other one I had was, how the hell, this is it goes back to, scale and action figures just does not mix. How the hell is the monster too big when he first gets to Grayskull, yet when he is inside the actual castle, he's the same damn size? It was never explained how he got in the castle, because it looked like he was like 9 feet tall and wouldn't even fit through the drawbridge.
Yeah.
And yet, a scene later, he's in the castle, wallowing around on the throne. At least, say something like he ate a piece of bread, or he drank this water, or he, did some sort of Alice in Wonderland stupid, thing or whatever. Something.
What else you got?
That's it.
All right. Time to see if this one continues the trend of improving on today's episodes as we give out our awards and rankings next.
I thought we were finished.
You almost were, Evelyn.
My strength is returning.
We're all doomed unless we unite to fight Shigora.
Join forces with you? Never!
You got us into this, Skeletor, and whether you like it or not, you're going to help us get rid of that monster.
As you wish, He-Man. We will form an alliance, but only until our task is complete.
So, you have freed my victims. No matter, I have stolen enough of their evil power to accomplish my conquest of Castle Grayskull.
You'll never have enough power to stop us all.
All right, time for the awards and rankings. I will give a power sword out to the Evil Warriors because I liked them in this episode. I liked their team-up moments. I liked just most things about them, and I liked that they appeared. We had Evil Warriors, so maybe if I give them power swords, they will continue to appear in episodes. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going to give a power sword to everybody.
Power sword to everybody.
Power sword to everybody. Overall, it was a really, really interesting episode. It was better than the previous two, so it does continue that trend of improving. So I did like that. Not really any individual moments stood out, though. It was a really good episode, but just like, normally if, Battle Cat says something funny, or Cringer says something funny, or hell, even Orko or somebody, sure, I could, notice that and give special recognition, but just everybody gets a power sword.
All right, everybody gets a power sword. You were at a 2 in the first episode, you're at a 3 here, and now you're at a
4.
All right, and I'm going to be in complete agreement. I was 3, 3.5, and 4. So we both give this one a 4. It's the best episode of the day, mainly because the Evil Warriors showed up.
Yeah.
So we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with our overall thoughts of Season 2 so far, and give you all the information on how to get into contact with us.
Today we met Lord Todd, who appeared to be a generous and good person, and Moak, who looked like a monster.
But then we found out that it was Todd who was the monster, and Moak who was kind and good.
You learned that real goodness comes from the inside.
Remember not to judge people simply by the way they look. It's what they're really like inside that counts. Bye for now.
I'm Colin Baker.
My name's Fraser Hines.
Hi, I'm Daphne Ashbrook.
This is Andrew Cartmel.
Hi, this is Colin Spall.
Hello, I'm Simon Fisher-Becker.
This is Ian McNeice.
Hi, this is Travis Ritchie.
You listen to this MOTU 42s.
Listen to MOTU 42's Universe.
If you're into Doctor Who, listen to MOTU 42's Universe. We always have the latest Doctor Who news, reviews, and interviews. We are available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Geekcast Radio Network, and our home base, MarkWho42.net.
MOTU 42, the meaning of life.
Boy, the party is sure lots of fun. And just think, I could have missed out on it by running away. Sure, I was feeling sorry for myself, but running away doesn't solve anything. Everyone has problems now and then, and sometimes they seem pretty big. But every time you have a problem, you just can't keep running away. You gotta try to solve it. And how do you do that? Well, a good way is to ask someone for help. Help! Adam! Man-at-Arms! Ranger! Oh, help!
Grab your helmets because it's time to assemble Mask. The Geekcast Radio Network has launched Masked Mayhem with your hosts OptimusSolo and TFG1Mike. This podcast covering all 75 episodes of Mask will feature in-depth analysis of every episode, talk on the toys, and more. Masked Mayhem will run 30 podcast episodes. You can find us in iTunes and on www.geekcastradio.com. Get your spectrums ready as podcasting is the ultimate weapon.
Hi there. In today's story, we had a tough job to do. The only way we could do it was to get some help and work together. Now, there are always jobs or problems that are too tough to handle alone. And when that happens, you should never be ashamed to admit you need help. Likewise, when someone asks you for help, give them a hand. Yours may not be as big as mine, but it'll still be appreciated. And if I could ever give you a hand, just let me know.
All right, thanks for sticking with us. Overall, here we're now 6 episodes into season 2. Thoughts, sir?
I was expecting a little more than what we got for the first 2 episodes. I was expecting them to be character-centric, and not, when I say character-centric, I don't mean on characters we've seen for the past 60-something episodes. Like, bring in Stratos again. Like, I honestly, outside of Stratos maybe showing up here and there to, you know, fly in and save the day, I don't remember the last time there was a Stratos-centric episode. Like I said before, I do know at some point this season he and Buzzoff will get into a tiff between their 2 tribes. I don't remember exactly when that happens, but I want more new characters. I'm tired of these same old plots. 2 of these episodes were basically reworked plots from what we've already seen.
Right. No, I completely agree. There was a little too much of the whole standard plots that we've seen before in either He-Man or in a bunch of other types of cartoons from the time. So definitely need some more character pieces, some more Evil Warrior pieces, just some more of what we've been waiting for since halfway through season 1.
Yeah, pretty much.
So hopefully we can get at least some of that sometime here in the very, very near future. All right.
Hurry up, damn it, hurry up.
So, yeah. That's all I have to say about season 2 is it's young, so I'm giving it a chance still. I'm not going to judge it yet, but I need some new stuff real soon, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So, take it away.
Oh, I'm doing this?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I was doing this or you were doing this. Thank you for listening to Tales of Eternia. If you'd like to get in contact,
yes.
Thank you for joining. Fuck.
Edit point.
I'm not editing any of this crap. They're just gonna have to listen to it.
That's good. That's good editing.
That's right. Thank you for listening to Tales of Eternia. If you'd like to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show, there are several ways you can do this. Visit the website, brand new geekcastradio.com, where we have all the other posts that you can comment on. Send an email to feedback@geekcastradio.com. Leave us feedback in iTunes. We do have a new iTunes review, although we are getting to it a little bit late. Sorry about that. Cosmic Psycho, who has also reviewed Legends of the Dark Knight and Pixels in the Animation on March 22nd, 2014, he left 5-star review, powerful indeed. I was hesitant to listen to this podcast after hearing some of the other review shows on the network, but luckily He-Man managed to hold up pretty well after all these years. It's good to relive the adventures of Eternia with folks who love the show as much as, if not more than I do. Looking forward to continuing the journey. Keep up the good work, and I award a power sword to both hosts.
Yeah. Always wanted a power sword.
Yeah, sure you did. Alright. Follow us on Twitter. You can follow at Geekcast Radio. Mine is TFG1Mike. What is your Twitter that you don't even use anymore?
I do every once in a while, especially if you actually mention your tweet at me. It's OptimusSolo, the combination of the two greatest people in the world.
I don't know about that, but okay. Follow us. Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Geekcast Radio Network. Call the voicemail line, tell us the show you're leaving the message for, and your name. 502-526-5821. Sometimes Skeletor picks that lineup, so you might get lucky one of these days. We hope you enjoyed the tales today, and don't forget to join us in our next adventure when we will continue Season 2, discussing episodes 72, 73, and 74. The Good Shall Survive, Day of the Machines. Hey, that's a Transformers name. We'll talk about that next time. And The Cat and the Spider. For now, I am TFG1Mike with
OptimusSolo.
By the power of Grayskull, we all have the power.
Especially now that we got those power swords.
Yeah, really, that's the truth.